Alright you guys, so this is going to be my makeup collection video. And my Shop My Stash videos, you guys get to see where I store my makeup. And then these, which is where I pick my makeup from. So, you actually get to see a lot, but I just kind of wanted to go through everything since the new year. Everybody usually does these every year. And because I did just recently get done cleaning, and I turned my table, my desk back around. Here's the wall that I use to film on. And I wanted these side by side, even though they're the exact same drawers on Amazon. I bought off Amazon. I will link them below. Exact same drawers, but for some reason one's taller than the other. I think it's my floor. It's uneven. That's what I'm gonna say, is that it's uneven. So, on top of the drawers, I have two acrylic containers, which the bottom one's empty, finally. I've been putting new products in this one. And then in this in this top one, I have new products, some new products. I've got, I decided to put like my tube foundations, stick foundations, cushion foundations, and then cream and liquid products like liquid highlighters, cream highlighters, liquid blushes, cream blushes, stuff like that. Because for a long time I was keeping like these stick blushes, these cream blushes, and these liquid highlighter drops in small. I'll show you over there on my desk where I was keeping them in. And I had to keep them all separate because only like these four top stick blushes would only fit in one drawer. And then I had to put the highlighters in a drawer, and then I just figured I might as well put all this stuff together. So here's my cushion foundations, my tube foundations. This one's a newer one. It's the Revlon Candid Glow. I have one of the L'Oreal Infallible Stick foundations, which I really like these a lot. I have some over there in my on my desk. That I have one over there that I need to go through. I have the Wet n Wild Stick Foundation, which I tried once. When I've tried it, I don't know if I was a big fan. I have the Flower Beauty Foundation stick. I remember just purchasing this because of the pore minimizer it has on this. The blur stick that it has. I haven't really used the foundation. And then I have my Revlon regular Candid foundation. So I have the Glow is in shade 510 and the regular Candid is in the shade 500 Almond. I have the Rimmel Stay Matte. I have lots of tube foundations. L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Pro Matte Total Coverage. I have this Revlon Full Cover Foundation Color Stay. Stick foundations, tube foundations, cushion foundations, and liquid and cream products. So small base products, basically. That's what's in that drawer. After I film this collection, I am going to be doing a declutter, so I do plan on getting rid of stuff in that drawer. So up here, I didn't want to, these drawers are not like IKEA drawers. They are in the sense that they look like them, but they're not as long, not as deep. and not as sturdy and can hold a lot. Like I see people fill their IKEA drawers full of product, and I know like the two bottom drawers on the Alex 5 drawers, they're deeper, so I think if I had one of those, I would like that. I would keep one for probably foundation. I do have lots of foundations and lots of palettes, and they start getting heavy, and I didn't want to weigh down my drawers, so I always I've been wanting to keep my Collab palettes out, and I like to, people like to purchase a lot of Collab palettes. I think I have a lot. So I say Collab palettes and palettes by influencers, which these two, they're from C Color. They're not exactly either. So this one is, because they're from C Color, but this one is a dupe of the Nudie Patootie palette from Laura Lee, Los Angeles. And then this Dope 2 is a dupe of the Life's a Drag from Manny MUA. So, because I don't have the exact palettes, and I have dupes, that's why I put them in here. But the rest are Collab palettes. So I have my two Ray Ray and BH palettes right here. I have my Vault palettes from Jacqueline, the Revolution and Soph, Ray Ray, Shayla, her Perception palette. I want to get her Perceive with Caution palette. BH and Shan XO, BH and Sylvia Gani, BH and Carly Bible. And then in this, back there I just keep some headbands that I like to use when I'm putting my makeup on to get my hair in my face. Right here I have some holographic little containers, and I have a couple of smaller setting sprays. So I have two Catrice and a mini MAC Fix Plus in here. And then this whole thing is filled with all my lip products. All the lip products that I have. I have some over here on my desk, but majority's in this acrylic container. So we love that. In this top drawer in the back, we have on the left are new mascaras and then opened mascaras. So these are new and unopened. Well, they're not all like brand new, but they're all unopened on this side. And then on this side, they're all opened mascaras. And then back here I have some eyebrow gels. And then eyeliners are right here. We got like pencil and auto cream gel eyeliners in this one. And then we got some liquid eyeliners. This is our brow product container. It has pencils, pomades, powders, which I want to get. I have like two pomades right now. I want to get some more. I want to try the NYX pomade and the LA Girl pomade. So I'm going to go down and then down that one. I was going to go 1, 1, 1. Yeah, I'm going to go down. So, in this one we have powders. And to be someone that has dry skin, I have a lot of powders. So I have Wet n Wild, Photo Focus, Translucent, and Banana. I have the CoverGirl Translucent and Banana powder. I have a Collab, what is this called? The Ultra Fine Oh, Set the Stage Ultra Fine Loose Setting Powder in Tan Honey. I have a Milani Translucent Banana shade. And then I have a Believe Beauty Translucent Maybelline Fit Me. I have it in the shade Light Medium. And then I have this L'Oreal Hydra Perfect, or Perfect. I think it's Perfect. I can't get it out, but it's that one in the back. This one right here, it's in translucent. And then in the back, I have a Shot Miss A setting powder in the shade Warm. So I bought this because I don't really use like loose setting powders, or any kind of powder for that matter, to set my foundation, my liquid foundation after I put it on. So I wanted to get that and this one in the front to do that, to see how it would feel, because I don't want to be too dry. But I haven't tried it yet. I have a mini Laura Mercier translucent powder. We love her. And then I have a mini Cover FX translucent light, which I think I'm just gonna dedicate and designate this to using when I lightly set my eyeshadow base, whatever that may be. So I'm actually gonna take that out and put it up on my desk. I have been thinking about that, but I totally forgot. So this is a newer product. It's the Black Radiance Soft Focus Finishing Powder, and it's in the shade Creamy Bronze. So yeah, I just got this, and like I said, I wanted to test out some more powders on my face to set my foundation, just to see, you know, what they're gonna feel like. Right here I have some essence powders. I've got some peach and banana powders. I've got a Becca, the Hydra Mist powder in the back. And then here in the front I have some of my translucent pressed powders, like my Rimmel Stay Matte, my Makeup Revolution Bacon Blot. I have this Pixie translucent powder, my Maybelline Fit Me, and then I have this Luminous Matte bronzing powder from Essence, and it's really, really light, but I figured that because it was so light, I could use it as a like to lightly set my foundation, or to use as a highlighter maybe. So I put it in this drawer for powders. And then I have another Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. It's in a lighter shade. I have this LA Colors Mineral Press Powder. This is in my foundation shade, so I could use that to set. This is a cream to powder LA Colors powder, and then I have a Broadway Colors Press Powder. Next drawer we have small eyeshadow palettes, and then liquid eyeshadows, toppers, and single eyeshadows, pigments, and stuff like that. So these are my LA Girl liquid eyeshadows that are like my favorite. Those in the Essence over here. But to be quite honest, I haven't really tried any more. But I do like those. I do want to try more. I have a Wet n Wild Jelly eyeshadow, Mega Jelly eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Champagne Diet. So, if anybody ever buys anything like that, a jelly eyeshadow, make sure you do your eyes before you do your base, because I put my base on and then I was using that for the first time. I was using that for the first time, this eyeshadow, and it got everywhere. I have a Marc Jacobs. It's called the Sequins Glam Glitter Eyeshadow in Topaz Flash. So I got that at TJ Maxx. They had 2 shades, but I only picked up that one. And then I have some Jelly Much eyeshadows from Colourpop. I have 2 from the Villains collection. This one is in the shade Perfectly Wretched. And the shade Cursed. These are not as jelly as this one, but I think if they're at like brand new, these aren't brand new, I've had them for a while, so if they were brand new and not as dried out, they would probably be better. But I mean, you could still stick your finger in here and get pigment off enough, I feel like, to put on your lid to make it look pretty and sparkle. But I have some Laura Geller these little, they're face, eye, and cheek palettes. I got these in during the holidays one year. I think it was a couple years ago. It wasn't last year, it was the year before. But they have highlighters, blushes, and eyeshadows. And I like to use these to put in my travel bag, like my makeup bag, if I go anywhere and like need to touch up my makeup, because they have a blush, a highlighter, and eyeshadows. I can use these, and I usually always pick this one because it has neutrals. So I have a CoverGirl eyeshadow palette, 2 Wet n Wild, a Believe Beauty. I've got this Maybelline City Mini palette. I've actually got 2 of those. I got one in my everyday drawer. Some smaller Wet n Wild palettes. And then I've been seeking glitters, toppers, like Tati Beauties, but I haven't found them. I think I'm just going to have to buy the palette. But this is from BYS. It's some glitters. I got LA Colors glitter palette, and then a Wet n Wild glitter palette. And then I have this I found at TJ Maxx. So it's a palette that is in collaboration with Jackie Aina. It's this e.l.f. palette. It's actually really, really pretty. So I think I got this before I actually got her Anastasia palette, but because I love her. In this drawer we are putting, I'm trying to build this collection up. I have all my face palettes that have more than one product in it. So if it has like blushes and highlighters, they're going to go in here. Blushes and bronzers, it's going to go in here. Bronzers and highlighters, it's going to go in here. If it's got everything, blush, bronzer, and highlighter, it's going to go in here. So, oh, I got these 2 new ones from Essence, and I don't really know if they were supposed to even launch or if they ever did launch. But okay, so the front says Peachy Bean, but the back says Peachy Keen. I've been trying to figure out why they didn't ever launch, and I think that's the reason why. It's because the packaging is wrong. So this one says Jelly Keen, and this one says Jelly Bean on the back. But I will use them. They're kind of like these Essence powders that has Casey's name on them. Casey Holmes. Those also has her name on them. Those palettes. So in this bottom drawer we have eyeshadow palettes. We've got Colourpop, Milani, Dose of Colors, Rimmel, LA Colors, Revolution, Bad Habit. This one is from You Can Be, which is from Amazon. We've got BH Cosmetics. We've got more Makeup Revolution palettes right here. We've got Model's Own, which I've got from TJ Maxx. I've got LA Girl. I've got Ace Beauté, which I got in a BoxyCharm, and my Profusion palettes. So this is the only eyeshadow palette drawer I have besides the small one, which is small eyeshadow palettes. So we're gonna go to this drawer, which is foundations, and it's really heavy. It looks really heavy. I'm gonna probably declutter a lot from this. So I guess I should go through some of the foundations. So I have a NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. I've got the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made foundation. I got my True Match, L'Oreal True Match Lumi foundation. The Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate. The Flower Light Illusion. The Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. My L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear. I have my Collab Bright Spark Radiant Foundation. I have this NARS Natural Radiant. Ooh, it's so full. I need to use this Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. It's just not my shade. It's a little too dark, but I can mix it with something. I have my CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir. I like this foundation. It smells like, I feel like it smells like bananas when you use it. I've got my LA Girl Pro Coverage ColourPop Revlon Color Stay. I've got a lot of foundations I need to go through. So going up from foundations, we have bronzers. So in this little container, I'm keeping my bigger bronzers. So like my L'Oreal bronzers, I've got a Wet n Wild bronzer and the Essence Sun Club bronzer. And then I also have a new NARS bronzer. And then in the back we have some Wet n Wild contour palettes. And then I have this Lovecraft Beauty bronzer palette, which I really like those shades in there. And then we have some Flower Beauty bronzers. We have my Milani bronzer, baked bronzer. I want to get the Silky Matte bronzer. We've got some bronzers from Amuse. We've got some bronzers from Amuse Cosmetics, which is from Shop Miss A. I've got bronzer from Ardell. Some Wet n Wild, what is it called? Limited edition bronzers from their Fire and Ice collection. Maybelline City bronzer. The Creme Shop bronzer. And some of these newer Wet n Wild bronzers, the bigger ones with the new packaging. So, I love bronzers. I really want to buy the bronzers that Morphe came back out with, the face and body ones, the big ones. I want to buy one of those big ones. So this is my blush drawer. I love blushes. So like in my bronzer drawer, I have this palette because it's just bronzers. So if a palette has just one product in it, I'm going to put it in that drawer that the products are in. I'm not going to put it with my other face palettes. So in my blushes, we have Milani, a Milani Rose blush. We have this Revlon Berry Berry blush. And this is actually like one of my favorite blushes. I love that shade. We have a Muse blush from Shop Miss A. We have Rimmel Maxi Blush. We got a NYX blush. My Wet n Wild blushes. And my favorite shade is the Mellow Wine shade. I know that they updated their packaging, but until I use all those, I'm not probably going to get those yet. I have some Catrice blushes. I have a NYX blush in the shade Hamptons. Then over here I have my Circa blushes. Again, this brand is from Eva Mendes, and I don't know that they sell it anymore. And then we have some LA Colors blushes. And then in this back one we have my Essence blushes. So we have the Essence Mosaic blushes in the shades Berry Connection and All You Need Is Pink. And then we have the Satin Touch blush and Satin Love and the Silky Touch blush and Baby Doll. And then back here we have palettes. We have Broadway Colors palettes with blushes. So we got Spring and Summer. That's the shades. This is Spring, which I feel like that would actually might be Summer. I don't know. But I really like this one. It's really pretty. It's got like a really pretty like melon strawberry type of shade. Then we have this LA Colors blush and highlight palette. It's kind of light. I probably will end up decluttering that. And then we have my favorite blush palette right now is this NYX Sweet Cheeks palette. And they actually started selling these like individually. They're like called the NYX Sweet Cheeks blushes. But I think they have more than, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, more than 8 shades. So in this little container I have my newer blushes. So I have 2 Becca blushes in the shade Foxglove and Dahlia. So for the, like when I first got these, I thought these two were like the exact same blushes, but I can tell one's more darker and one's more pinker. But they're both really shimmery. So Foxglove is more pink, and then Dahlia is more berry, but they're both really shimmery. They have that sheen to them. And then we have this Sephora blush and Snapdragon, which I think this is the old packaging of the Sephora blushes. I do want to get some of their newer ones that Babs Beauty was talking about. This is my Ofra Madison Miller All You Need Is Love blush. Then we have my Anastasia trio, my Peachy Love trio. I love these peaches together. Y'all, I'm sitting on my foot and it is falling asleep right now. So, hold on. I have a Kylie blush and it's in the shade We're Going Shopping. which is like this peachy color, this light peach color. It's really pretty. I want to get a bronzer from her. I might just do that here in a minute. And then I have this new e.l.f. blush, and it's in the shade Mellow Mauve. So I thought this was going to be like dark. Well, it kind of is almost. It looks just like Mellow Wine, maybe. A little lighter. Because I have a Beauty Flower Pots powder blush in the shade Warm Hibiscus. Y'all, this was $1. And then a e.l.f. Ooh, look at that shade. And Always Fairy. That is like red, orange. Ooh, that's so pretty. Y'all, my foot is asleep for real. Hold on, I need to put these blushes back. Oh, my, these Becca blushes that I showed you, I got them on sale at TJ Maxx for $4 each. Crazy, right? Now, we go on to highlighters. So I have lots of different brands and highlighters. We've got Maybelline, Wet n Wild, Pixie, Kylie, ColourPop, Disney, Believe Beauty. I've got 2 different ones of the e.l.f. So I have like this one with this design, and then just like a basic highlighter. Hold on. So this is that other e.l.f. It's just a highlighter, no type of design or whatever in it. And then we've got LA Girl back here. We've got 3 LA Girl, 3 Milani, and 2 Revlon highlighters up front. And then on this side, we have a Wet n Wild loose highlighter. I have 2 of them. I have another one in my everyday makeup drawer. And then we've got one from Shop Miss A. We've got a NYX Duo Chromatic Illuminating Powder, which I don't really use. I have one of these newer Wet n Wild blush lighters in the shade Flash Me. Then we got some strobing powders from LA Colors. I've got a CoverGirl True Blend Super Stunner Hyper Glow and Gilded Glory. This is really pretty. And then I have one that's like in the same kind of packaging, but it's from their scented line, where they came out with the CoverGirl peach blushes that were scented, and then they have this highlighter that's scented. Then they have like the face palettes that were scented, which I have one that's got a contour shade and 2 highlighters that are scented. I have a Catrice highlighter, Makeup Revolution highlighter back there, and 2 Shop Miss A. And then I have a lot of highlighter palettes. So I have this Laura Geller Drippin' in Gold. So I wanted to try the Baked Gelato. I thought that's what they were called, but I wasn't sure when I got it. But they look like those, I think that's what they're called. Like the Laura Geller Illuminator. They were called the Baked Swirls or something like that. That's what they look like. But I think they're different shades. So I also have, this was the first ColourPop, the giant highlighter that they came out with in their champagne collection. Or their, I'm not sure what the collection was called. But it's the shades in Champagne Bubbles. And this is the highlighter that I kept saying looked like the Marc Jacobs packaging because it's so big. And now they've been coming out with more highlighters in that packaging. They came out with like the Soul Body ones that are big like this, and then they came out with a couple of the Super Shock highlighters in this packaging. So anyways, I have a MAC Hyper Real Glow highlighter palette. I got this at TJ Maxx for $7. We have a Ofra palette and the Feeling Myself palette with Blissful, Pillow Talk, and Rodeo Drive. We have a LA Girl highlighter palette. We have a ColourPop highlighter palette. And then we have a Makeup Revolution, this bottom one, highlighter palette. And I love all of these. They're so pretty. I haven't tried the MAC, but I'm sure I'll love it. Last drawer right here is, so in the back we have primers all along the back, and then concealers, unused. Concealers, brand new, unused. Some more primers right here. And then this is contour and correcting stuff right here. And then all my open concealers. So I have Milani, e.l.f. Hydrating, Circa Illuminating Concealer. We have the L'Oreal, the new one. That was just in my collab video. My CoverGirl was in my collab video. I have the Born This Way. The e.l.f. Camo Concealer. Maybelline Fit Me. LA Girl Pro Conceal. Morphe Concealer. And these NYX concealers. Wet n Wild Concealer. And then, like I said, all these are unopened right now. I haven't used them. So, I have this Broadway Colors Contour Artist Cream in medium dark. I use this for that dark contour shade and for this peach corrector. Well, both of them. And then I have these. These are my favorite cream contours right now. Are these Wet n Wild sticks. And I have 3 of them. 3 new ones in the shades 805 and 806. And then my primers. I'm so excited to try out this Wet n Wild Prime Focus Primer Serum. It's hydrating. It's supposed to be hydrating. And then I have a new one from Believe Beauty, which is the Radiantly Primed Face Primer. So right now I have like my hydrating primers, a couple of pore minimizing primers right here, and then this one right here is Radiance and Illuminating primers. And these are like small primers. And then this Milani. I have another one of these somewhere. I need to find and put it right there, because I'm not sure how I'm going to use these yet. I know you can put them on before foundation, but I think you can put them on mixed with your foundation, or you can use it as a highlighter, I think. I'm not sure. So we're going to go over here. Let me let this light up some. Y'all gotta I I got a, what is this light called? A softbox, which I figured I only needed one because I'm in a small space, but this is my everyday table, and we have setting sprays over here, my jar with my sponges, my brushes. We've got my lip liners and chubby stick lip stuff. We got some scissors and some razors in this thing, and then my bigger palettes in here. So we got like 2 Morphe palettes, my Jaclyn Hill, a BH Cosmetics palette, and then a LA Girl palette. So most of these setting sprays are newer, and then these right here are some, like, this one's for like after I do my skincare and my face feels dry, I use that, or the Mario Badescu I'll use. And then we have a Smashbox primer spray, which obviously you use before makeup. And then we have this Wet n Wild is almost done, it's in the cucumber scent. And then this Revolution green tea fixing spray. So, and then we have some acrylic drawers. This is where I was storing my cream and liquid highlighters and blushes and stuff. But I have in this drawer some foundation sticks that I need to finish and go through. Then we have some lip products, a lip mask, a lip balm, a couple lip balms. And then these are some new eyeshadow primers that I just picked up. I have a brand new one from that I got from Ulta. It's a new, it's not like a new product, but it's a newer one. The other one I have is older, but it's an eyeshadow primer from Essence. And then we have this one that I just had seen somebody review, and I went to my local DG and they had it. It's a Believe Beauty Lock It In eyeshadow primer, and they have 2 shades. This one is in the shade Universal. The other one was a little lighter. I might go ahead and pick it up, but I probably won't. So up here I have my mini Morphe bronzer and highlighter in this drawer, and then a cream Shot Miss A highlighter. Then I have my contacts, cases, and then some mini skincare products. So Drunk Elephant, Uli Henriksen, and Versali Skin Tumbler. And then this one's empty, and I have some Wet n Wild liquid lipsticks in there. I've got some smaller lip creams and liquid lipsticks in here, and then some lipsticks and stuff that I don't use that as much, and I probably will declutter. And then over here I've been putting my dirty brushes in this one, and then I have some brush cleaner, and then 3 of my newer foundations, which 2 are the same. They're the Wet n Wild Dewy foundation, and this one is the Believe Beauty. I haven't used it yet. I had another shade. It was in the shade Hazelnut. This is the shade before Hazelnut, lighter than Hazelnut. It's in the shade Sand, and I still don't know if this is too dark. I'm really hoping it's not, but next to my Wet n Wild it is, so I might try to exchange that. So my Dollar General actually did too, put out like the full range of this foundation. So they have shades darker, way darker than me, and way lighter than me there at my Dollar General. So that was pretty cool. And I think I will be able to find my perfect shade in this. I want to keep that shade, but I need to go probably another shade down. So anyways, these are my everyday drawers that y'all have seen in my Shop My Stash videos. So over there we have powders, foundations, primers, some primer sprays right here. And then this is like concealers, eyeshadow primers, and cream contour. And then these are face palettes, face products, and then lip products. And then we got eyeliner, eyebrow products in this little container, and behind it is my mascara, so I'm gonna have to move that out because it's gonna be hard to get back there. Palettes, what is this called? Eyelash glue and tweezers and stuff like that, and then eyelashes in these two right here, and then a couple of setting sprays. So then I have my sponges right there that I'm using at the moment. So yeah, that was my makeup collection. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, I'm gonna be doing a declutter, so, and I'll probably divide it up. So I'll do like a couple of items in one video and then a couple items in another, something like that. I'll figure it out, but I hope y'all guys liked my makeup collection. Sorry I didn't go through everything, but if I would have, we would have been here forever, and it's 6 o'clock in the morning and I'm ready to go to bed. So bye y'all.